first because that's been requested. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Talking Stocks After the Close with Dr. J. Kamal and Professor Spike, coming
Hello.
to you coast to coast and across the globe. And today was not a terrible day on Wall Street. I mean, it wasn't the best day, but there was Amazon and there were a couple of bios that did okay today. I turned out in the green, and I think a lot of biotech players, as well as those who are in Amazon, like me, did okay today. That was the formula for success on Wall Street today. Own Amazon
Right.
and own some of the biotechs that like CTI and I'm telling you, the gene editing stocks. I'm sniffing them out. They look like they're recovering to me,
Little by little.
little by little. Gene editing play, yeah. So I'm very enthusiastic about the gene editing stocks. I'm enthusiastic about CTI. I'm holding, I trimmed about a little more than a fourth of my total originally, but I bought it back. I sold all originally. Then I bought back three quarters roughly
Okay.
at a lower price.
The gift that keeps on giving.
I certainly hope so.
I pray so.
I certainly hope Tilray is at a bottom. We'll take a look at Tilray.
Yeah, all the marijuana stocks are like getting hammered.
Spring is in the air. The baseball strike has been settled. Now, if they could only settle the war,
Right.
then we're in business. All right, so let's take a look at a bunch of things. MBOT is the first one we're going to look at because I promised indubitably that I would look at MBOT.
Right. We got to look at Apple at some point today.
Apple hurt me a lot today. That was my big loser today, along with BCRX.
And the cryptocurrency also are.
And crypto, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, those are my losers.
Plenty of losers to go around.
Plenty. Let's just take a look at the averages before we do anything else.
Okay.
The S&P made it all the way back practically to almost all the way back, 0.43% down, or 18 points. It had been much worse. I think it was down 100, wasn't it? At one point. Or am I wrong? Maybe 50. It was down at least 50. Dow was down about 400, I think, at one point. It closed down 100 or 0.34%. NASDAQ down 0.95%. That one took it on the chin. The Russell 0.23%. The Russell has been outperforming the other indices lately. Crude oil down again today. Maybe that's a bullish sign, right? Get crude down. Gold is continuing. It bounced back above 2,000 again, up 0.66%. Silver was the big winner on the day, up 1.7%. Euro US dollar. The euro is not showing much as it gives way to the dollar. The 10-year keeps going up over 2 now.
Oh, right.
0.01%. And let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin down 5.29%.
Yeah, it took a hit.
49. Big hit today, yeah. Yep, big hit. All right, that also hurt my portfolio today. MicroStrategy, Mara, some of the names in my portfolio that did not do. GBTC, ETHE, it did not do well today.
No.
MBOT, on the other hand, did do well. I was thinking of buying it, but it was such a low float that I didn't do it. I figured if I buy too much of it, it'll go to $6. It's such a low float. Yeah. So anyway, after hours, I don't know what's cooking, why it's down like that.
Yeah, it gave back.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe 100 shares total. I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
After hours.
Let's play money.
Yeah, I mean the float is ridiculous. The volume is like non-existent on this one. But what makes it interesting is there's a big short interest. And when there's a big short interest, it's susceptible to a squeeze. And being that it is susceptible to a squeeze, then maybe it pays to, dabble in this one a little bit. They're preclinical. They have a ton of IP. They're in a very good field. Medical devices, robotics is very big, and robotics is even better. So eventually, I think this might make money, but that's going to be a long ways off, I suspect. Then again, I don't know how long, but you can only look at the chart and say it's interesting. And it seems to have bottomed at 470. And if you look way back, you'll see that that's really the true bottom. If you look at the weekly and draw the line, that line extends,
Right.
a long ways down, right? It's the same 470 in 2019 that it is now. So 470, if you got to feel pretty good about that being a bottom. That's one of the things I really like about this stock. It is very near, like it's firm support, very firm support. So I don't know what catalysts near term there are, but I do know there's a lot of shorts. It's being talked about a lot as a meme stock, on Reddit. I don't know if that's good or bad, but if you like that kind of thing, this might be a good one to dabble in. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to, I'm not sure if I'm buying it or not. I'm carefully watching it though. I haven't made up my mind whether I am going to buy it. Spiders. Nice comeback day for the spiders. It had been down, like I said, a lot worse. Low 415, closed 425. So that's about 100 points on the SPX. So yeah, it made a nice comeback and did not make a lower low. Thanks for small favors. And let's take a look at this is on the weekly. Wait a second. Forget everything I said.
Nah, it's still held. Everything is still held.
420 was the low, so it gained back 5 points or about 50 SPX points. This candle actually looks pretty good. It looks quite good,
Yeah.
It looks like
I don't
accumulation.
know. I guess hope is there.
Even though it's down on the day, it's up from the open, and
Right.
it doesn't have much of a tail in either direction. Even though there's a big red line up for the volume, I think it was accumulation mainly today, mainly buyers.
I believe so too.
What's that?
I said I believe so too.
Yeah, today was mostly buyers. So that's a good sign.
You want to take a look at IWM just to see if the broader market is
Yeah, I mean we've talked about these
tested optimism.
we talked about them to death, but we'll look at it again.
Well, no, I mean, look, we have, on an essentially down day, we have a little bit more hope. This is the day.
Yes, this was down, barely down. Yeah,
Please, I'm still, there's still a part of me that's afraid this is going to go down to 150, but
we have
right
a double bottom at 188.
Right.
And we have a nice trend line forming.
We do.
So it looks pretty good to me. better than the S&P, at least for short term. Let's see where this low was. 188, slightly lower. Basically the same. Double bottom.
Yep.
So that's good support at that 188 level. I think there's a few things pointing up to me, in individual stocks and in the indices.
Right.
My nature is bullish, and I'm beginning to get more evidence to support my bullish bias. So, if you will. And the trading range now is up here at 208. Right. Isn't it funny? That was exactly the support. Now it's the resistance.
The new floor is the old ceiling.
It is. It's amazing how that holds true.
It's like first floor, second floor, and so on.
Yes. It's really
going up or going down.
These old slogans, they hold true. The old floor is the new ceiling, and so on. Yeah, they hold. There's a lot of truth to them. So with new trading range, 189 to 188 to 208.
Right.
20-point range. I want to see a break above the 208. And then we could get back to more normalcy, 200 to 220s, 225. This line at 227 looks like it's going to be the next stop on the elevator, whatever you want to call it.
Right, and
going up, first stop 208, second stop 227.
Okay.
All right. What else do I tweet out? I tweeted out CRISPR.
Oh, okay. Oh, look at this. We got our naked strips again on the comments.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Tim, I'm going to let you answer your own question. What's your price? The CTIC. Okay.
Well, we said if it breaks 5, it's going to continue going up, but it's.
I may take a little off at 5, but not much. How do I ban this guy? Block.
You got to block.
APHD, you are now blocked. All right. Harry Potter is with us today. VUM. What is VUM?
Not sure.
Volume, probably. I don't know.
I don't know. Ragamarco ship with good earnings and new with dividends. Good outlook. SHIP. Indubitably, we did MBOT for you. I hope you caught it. Now he's back with a different name. Look at this. No, he's not. All right, so we want to do some of the requests. SHIP.
Did you want to do Apple first?
Apple first. Apple was my big. Apple and BCRX were my two big losers on the day.
Now, why did it have such a bad day anyway?
Because up until now, it didn't have a bad day.
It was due. Okay.
Was holding pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, relatively speaking, compared to the other big tech,
that's true.
It hasn't lost much off the top. The top being around 182, 183. So it's, it's only down about 25 points off the top, or not even 15%.
Yeah, it was much worse earlier, though.
Yeah.
It was like really like 155 and roughly 150.
I think it's quite clear that the 200 on Apple is support. So
yeah.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
We can all agree on that, I think, just by looking at the chart.
Right.
And we're sort of at a support level right here as well. Let me draw that. It's not as strong a support area, but nevertheless, there's some support right at this low of 154.70. 154.70 is support as well. All right, so I think we're looking good with Apple. It's time to nibble a little apple, a little more apple. Like you can't, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. So you buy a little apple every day.
So yeah, so by one share a day.
Well, why not? It adds up.
Oh, I can afford some. That's my saying.
It adds up. If you bought one share of Amazon a day, you'd be happy.
Well, I did yesterday, so I am happy.
That was a good move to buy it yesterday. I bought after the close yesterday. I did buy some a little bit more Amazon, and I bought it the day before. Remember, I told you, and then I had an order in that I missed.
Right.
But I like Amazon. Big Amazon fan.
Well, somebody once said that there's no wrong time to buy Amazon.
Yeah, never a wrong time. Only right.
Well, there is a wrong time. I bought it at 3,500.
No, in the long
Pay your
run.
money back eventually.
In the long run, that'll be fine because it's going to.
No, seriously, I bought it like 3,500.
Yeah.
Really?
Like a lot of shares.
Well, don't brag about it so much.
I'm not bragging. I'm in pain. If you see me bragging, I'm in pain.
Don't
Man.
brag about it.
Right, he's bragging.
Yeah, don't brag. Keep it to yourself. We don't want to hear that.
Okay.
This is a show that you were supposed to be smart,
Well,
I
if they want that, they're gonna have to change channels.
Too much negativity here. It's beginning to rub off on me. Cut it out.
I'm comic relief.
Comic relief.
Right. And comedy is born out of tragedy.
Oh yeah.
Well,
definitely.
I think Kamal will be a winner in the long run on Amazon.
So do I actually.
Well, every time you say we're gonna hit 4,000 this year, I feel like I feel this butterfly in my heart.
Well, we got a lot of months in now, but
Well,
before the end of the year.
4,000 is really going to be 200, right? That's a piece of cake.
Right.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Piece of cake.
Yes, and we still got a lot of year left.
Problem.
But this allows many, I would say, smaller investors to be in Amazon.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Right. And how many shares of Berkshire Hathaway can you afford?
We have clear-cut accumulation today on Amazon.
Yeah.
Right.
Most people that were trading Amazon today were buyers.
Well, because even on a bad news day, this morning was in the good news morning, and Amazon was still going up.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people complaining about
a small green body. It's still an accumulation day for Amazon on a down day otherwise. But Apple did hurt us. And what else hurt us? BCRX hurt us.
I think if Amazon hits over 3,000, it's going to have a nice ride, much higher than that. It's breaking. It's having a hard time going over 3,000, even though it went over 3,000 yesterday after hours.
I think there's no resistance here that I can see until we get to the 50-day moving average at 3,076. That's where I see resistance.
I see.
So I think we have no trouble breaking 3,000. BCRX.
I'm with you.
Yuck.
I don't know. There was no news. I'm assuming no news today.
I read something on StockTwit that some insider sold something to buy like a second house or something like that, and people freaked out because some insider sold some stocks.
Oh, please.
Maybe the dog and pony show being over, that was people were looking forward to that. And sold afterwards. I did not see the investors presentation. Did you?
It was on Wednesday. I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it either. But you have a nice trend line, and it came down almost to trend line support and bounced up. Still bullish. As long as it doesn't break this trend line, we're okay. It's just normal ups and downs of, that's the way life is in the world of stocks. They go up, they go down, including BCRX. It goes up, it goes down. So as long as it doesn't break the trend, I'm good. I'm happy.
So that's a pretty steep trend line.
Yeah, it is.
And if you go along the tops, it's parallel.
Pretty close, right?
Yeah. So that's so that's actually
that's a crazy channel if it stays inside that.
Pretty close to parallel. Yeah. And it's been in this channel a long time. Very long time, since 11/4. November, December, January, February, 4 months it's been in this channel. So why should it break it? And it doesn't have to in order to go up. All it's got to do is stay in that channel, and it's going to move up eventually, even if it's along the lower trend line as opposed to the higher one. So what? It's going to get there, right? It'll get to the $20 a share by April 20th or so at this rate, April 25th.
Okay.
So let it just follow trend, and we will be at $20 a share by April 25th. I could wait. Can you wait? No problem.
Oh yeah, that's another month, few weeks.
Yeah, a couple of weeks. April 25th? No, it's more than two weeks. It's a month.
6 weeks.
Yeah.
And that's March 10th.
But it's okay. I'm satisfied. I mean, I never like a down day, and it hurts my portfolio, and it hurts my ego, and all of that. But as long as it doesn't break trend, I'm okay. So let's move on.
Okay.
We want to do requests. So what else did I tweet out? I don't remember.
Tim Kirk was asking for a target price on CTIC. You gave that.
Did we short CTIC?
Greg asked about SHIP, SHIP.
Did I short CTIC?
You did not.
So then let's take a look at it. It continues to be a runner. And like all runners, eventually they will go down eventually.
And Tim, I'm losing a lot on NEO also. So you got to keep it.
Yeah, a lot of the Chinese EVs are going down, like XBEV and NEO, and
just stay away from all Chinese names right now. There's so many others to be in. Why bother?
Right.
We're also in overbought territory on the RSI, which means we're due for a pullback. But
this one, yeah.
Yeah, you got to buy the dips. So let's say we get that big pullback. That would probably mean right about here, a big pullback. 4.25 at this point. Buy it.
Yes.
Just add to your position. I am convinced that this will be going up throughout the year. So I think my target to answer Tim is $10 by the end of the year, and $5 I might take a little bit off. Maybe it depends on my mood. But if it goes to 4.25 before it goes to 5, I'll be adding.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's the way I play it. What else?
We had Joda has a request for IKT.
For what?
For SHIP.
SHIP?
Mm-hmm.
Maritime
I
Hold.
also lost track of the one that Heath gave us. The
Uh,
energy play.
Heath gave us RADA and another one. I don't know.
Oh, RIDA, that was the one.
There's some accumulation going on this one today. Not heavy volume, but certainly an accumulation candle. So, and it's been in a tremendous uptrend since the lows back here at about 79 cents. Let's draw the trend line. Try to draw a trend line here. Well, that don't really work.
Nah. A little low.
This is a little closer to a trend line, but it's just phenomenal. This trend, this trend up, and it's just. I guess if you want to get in, to me, if I wanted to get in on this, and I didn't have a position, and I wanted in, I would want to get in right about where I drew this line. Right
Yeah,
about.
right. Right.
Right about, let's say, the high of the day here, 122, maybe 125, which is not much. It's lower than what it's at.
Right.
The low of the day today was 126. No, I would want to get in at this high.
120.
122, yeah, 123. It looks good. Let's see where the recent top was. Recent top was
$64.
yeah, that $1.62, yeah.
$62.
Yeah, it could go there. I mean, it doesn't look like there's much in the way of resistance. You've taken out the 200. You've taken out every moving average, and the only pivot that it's meaningful at all is at 146. So this one looks like buy any little pullback and sit with it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that I'm going to buy it, but I'll, if I wanted to buy it again, I would probably look for 123 to come in. What else is
FCell. Somebody's asking about FCell. I sold FCell earlier this week at 650 something.
Which one? At Fuel Cell?
Yeah.
Hasn't been doing well, has it? I think it's been slumping along with the market.
Not today.
Today it had a good day. Well, that's good. Repelled by the 200. I wouldn't buy it until it crossed that 200. Maybe even closed above it. Because if it does, then you got a shot at goal. You know what I mean? You got a shot at goal. If it crosses at 200, then you take your shot on goal, which would be up here at 1150. But you have to get clearly across the 200 to before you get that clean shot on goal. So I would wait to see if it has legs. That's just me.
One last request on Tilray.
Tilray, okay.
Yeah, we could end with that because we're at the 30-minute mark.
Yep.
Yeah, all right, Tilray.
I know, I've been in this so long.
It's hard to say where the bottom is on Tilray. My guess is we haven't reached it.
Wow.
Right, a couple of weeks ago, I was asking if it hit the bottom, and I guess the answer is no.
Well, it's hard to make a case for a bottom even. So
Yeah.
yeah, I would want to see take it. You got to take this peak out right in here, this pivot, 750, 748 has to be taken out. Otherwise, it's
Oh, long road.
clear-cut downtrend, and it's tough to buy it.
Right. It needs legalization. You know, every year they say this year they're going to legalize it, and then something happens, like a pandemic, a war, or something happens that, you know.
Right now, we're in a trading range, I suppose, with the bottom being the candle from 3 days ago at $5. Goes below that, I don't know where it's going to go. So I probably wouldn't buy it, not yet. If I owned it, I probably would hold it. I wouldn't sell it.
There's no reason to sell it.
Yeah. Okay, that's it for today. We did our 30 minutes.
Indeed, too.
All right, so did we answer all the questions? IKT, we got to do that one tomorrow for Jota.
Okay.
I know that we were kidding around about it
That's right.
yesterday.
That's right.
Definitely tomorrow. First stock we look at is IKT tomorrow. All right, hasta mañana, everybody.
Take care. Bye.
Ciao.